Why are you up here?
I'm starting this video off by saying something that you heard many times this year, and you probably will still continue to hear it for the next 2 months. 2025 has been a great year for gaming. And it's so crazy because I can acknowledge that without having played many of the new games releasing this year, because I'm a selective gamer and I'm poor. So I can't afford all the fancy new shit. I can only afford the fancy new shit that I really want. And 2025 has been so great that even Ubisoft was able to put together 2 brain cells and make an Assassin's Creed that was just good enough to not sink their company. I mean, a lot of us probably wish it did, but hey, they did it. They won. Because of my financial situation, I sat back and watched everyone play everything and give reviews while I waited. I waited for one singular game to release, and on October 9th, it finally did. I present to you Absolum. Yes, Absolum. This is a beat 'em up, but it's also a roguelike. Or it's a roguelike that has beat 'em up mechanics. Either way you want to flip it, it is one of the best games to come out this year. It is the best roguelike to come out this year. I don't care. I don't care about Hades 2. I do care about Hades 2. I just don't have a Nintendo Switch or a PC. I'm waiting for it to come out to PS5. But Absolum is just that great. And I am obsessed with it, truly. Beat 'em ups and roguelikes have one thing in common: replayability. But take the mundaneness and the sameness of the beat 'em up structure with the same levels and the same bosses, but mix in the RNG of a roguelike with different elements and different effects, different like side quests and little events that can happen in the stages. Put those two together and you have just a wonderful experience that does not end. But I must say, you have to be a beat 'em up fan. You can't just be a roguelike fan. You have to be a beat 'em up fan. You can be a roguelike fan, but if you play roguelikes that are procedurally generated, so which is essentially all of them, you may not like it, because the bosses and the levels and the level design, they don't change that much. There's secrets. There's a lot of fucking secrets. So you gotta just fill it out. For real. But as a beat 'em up fan, and I truly love it. I don't care that the levels are the same. I don't care that the bosses are the same. I can tackle them in different orders. And like I said, there's a lot of secrets and little knickknacks and trinkets and things like that. It's fine. I just have to give that disclaimer before I go and keep glazing and I like this game has no faults. It has some shortcomings, not that many, but the main one is that if you don't like the beat 'em up structure, then you may not like this game. That is the only thing that I have to warn you about. Let me continue my glaze. The music, the setting, the characters, the perks you can get, the elements, the upgrade, the meta progression, everything about this game is top fucking notch. The sprite work, the sound design, it's perfect, truthfully. Now, the secrets. I keep talking about secrets. So in this game, you have to defeat the Sun King. The Sun King and his Crimson Resistance or Crimson Order, they've banned magic all across Talum, which is the land that you're inhabiting. And it's up to you and your 4-goon squad here to whoop his ass. And there are sections inside of Talum where there's these commanders and they have their own special domains, and inside each domain there are a multitude of side quests with different NPCs that ask you to do different things that helps you unlock more powers, more elements, more abilities, that helps you get stronger as a character. And the best part is, when you're starting out, every run you may run into a new NPC, a random NPC that may give you a side quest or give you a tip or even just give you money. You may run past the same NPC 5 different times, but the 6th time he may give you some healing items or something, or some money or something like that. Like there's just a lot of different things that can happen. I don't want to go into too much detail because I want you to experience it, because when you play it, something new is always fucking happening. And right now I've beaten the game with all the characters. I've beaten like the super true final boss, and I'm still sitting here with many. There's a quest list, you know, where you do things in the game, and then you can redeem, complete the tasks for money to help with the meta progression. There's 2 things I still haven't done, 2 secret bosses that I have not fought. I've scoured this game, I've picked it clean. I do not know how to trigger these bosses, and I like that because I have to go through and I have to pay more attention. I have to be more meticulous and slow down and try different things in different areas to find these last 2 bosses, these secret bosses, and I really like that. This is my game of the year. I played Shinobi. Shinobi almost had it, but the thing about Shinobi, and while I was addicted to it and it was great, it just, when I know my game of the year, I just be like, yeah, I don't want to play nothing else but this. And that's how I felt with Absolum. It's only been out 10 days. I've completely tore this game off the frame, and I did not want to do that. I tried to stifle and hold myself back, but I couldn't. That's how good it is. As a beat 'em up fan, and as a roguelike fan, this is the perfect game for me. And if you like one or the other, I just recommend it. It doesn't cost that much. If you're on PC, you can get it for $20 or fucking pirate it. I know y'all only pirate shit, but yeah, no, this game is great. I know I didn't go over. I'm not going over too much in terms of like the story and the characters, because I want you to experience it yourself. So I'm focusing on the main thing, which is the gameplay. And there's combos, the combos. I say combos, I'm not talking about combining elements. We're gonna talk about that later. I'm talking about hands. I'm talking about the dick beaters. I'm talking about where you can whoop a motherfucker's ass from the jump by yourself. You can wall bounce the enemies to juggle them. You can throw them. You can pummel them. Each character has their own special perks and not perks, but tweaks and interactions when it comes to their grab. The characters can back throw, forward throw, or up throw to start an air combo. Some characters can pick up and carry the enemies, and it's so cool, man. But that's just by itself. Every time you beat a boss, you unlock a inspiration, and what inspirations are new moves that flesh out your character as a beat 'em up character. So that's a dive kick, a charged heavy strike, or an air combo, an air dash. There's so many things, because these are beat 'em up characters that just happen to be in a roguelike setting. So all the moves that you would get from a beat 'em up, like charge throws, the Zuna drops, all those things can be enhanced. And also, each character has 6 different, or was it 8? I think it's 6 different arcana, which are your special moves. You hear R2 to trigger them. The fact that it's 4 characters with 6 different moves, 6 different arcana special moves that you can utilize, it builds, the build variety is what I want to talk about now. The 6 different arcana on top of the multitude of inspirations. I think every character may have 10 to 12 inspirations. So that's 10 to 12 different unlockable move sets or different perks that you can get in this game. It's really amazing. So the characters by themselves, without even talking about the different elements you can get, they are really creative on their own as you progress through your each run. But the game has elements in it, kind of like Hades. So fire, lightning, water, wind, time, curse. I think that's all of them. I can't remember off the top of my head, but that's them. And these elements do a variety of things, from simple shit like, burning. You can burn an enemy when you hit them with a heavy attack. Or the water one is like when you do a finisher, when you finish your square combo string, you'll trap the enemy in a bubble and they fucking bounce and explode. To crazy shit where each time you do a critical hit, you chrono lock the enemy. So like you fucking Dio Zawardo time stop them and allows you to like beat their ass for like 2 seconds. And you can just combine these things together to just nuke bosses. Pro tip, if you're struggling to beat this fucking game, do a mono lightning build. There is a lightning element. It allows you, one of the abilities is called static charge. What it does is that the more you beat enemies up, the more static charge you accumulate inside your body. And once it reaches 100%, you release a chain lightning effect across the entire room. This shit, if done right, can absolutely nuke bosses. It will nuke everything. It will nuke everything because the way it works, you can have the static charge accumulate on your square, on your heavy, which is triangle, and on your arcana, which is R2. Yes, I'm using PlayStation notation. If you can have your static charge accumulate on every type of damage button or every type of attack button you have, you are always going to just be shooting out lightning from your cock and killing everything in the room. So that's just a pro tip. If you're struggling, just do that shit. Thank me later. But yeah, this game is great. The bosses, the enemies, and it's a very difficult game. A lot of beat 'em up enjoyers, they are always talking about how the enemies interact with you. Instead of enemies being damage sponges, how do the enemies fight? And the enemies in this game do indeed fight the fuck back. They have their own heavy strikes. They have projectiles. They have unblockable moves. They have command grabs that you have to learn to deal with accordingly. Because as a character in this game, you can do a deflect, which is like a dash. You can like parry strikes, or you can clash, where if you use one of your heavier moves or your arcana, you can attack the enemy at the same time with your heavier strike, and that puts them in like a staggered state so you can combo them more. And you have to use your deflects, know when to deflect, when to clash, and your positioning to clear rooms. And these enemies, they're very fucking tough. They will put multiple enemies on you at the same time, all of them using unblockable moves, and you have to dash up, dash down, move the fuck around in order to survive. And it can get overwhelming. You will be overwhelmed. Trust me on that. So if you a beat 'em up enjoyer, you made it to this far in the video, you wondering, man, can I even do the enemies fight back? Yes, the fuck they do. You've been watching this footage. You watching me get my fucking ass kicked. All right, this game is no joke. But yeah, I had to come on here and rant about Absolum. I've been in the dungeon, just fucking musty, no contact, no sun, just playing this fucking game, and I'm still not finished with it. So if you like beat 'em ups, you like roguelikes, one or the other or both, please pick up Absolum. It is absolutely my game of the year. Fuck Ninja Gaiden, fuck everything else. This is it. I will talk to you guys in the next one. My name is JDizzle701. Bye.